I just got beamed in the face by spider webs. I haven't made a video in a while. Ooh, juicy. So I thought I would take you guys to inoculate my mushroom logs. I have never done this before. I need to find... So basically, from what I understand, you pick a wood that your specific mushroom can grow on. Oh, there's the saw. You might need that. Me and my dad cut down some trees on their property, some birch and a couple different types of oak, because like I said, I've never done this before. Oh, here they are. I need these to drill the little like pilot holes for the plug spawn. But yeah, so I've never done this before, and I was a little uncertain on where you get the wood. So I ended up getting some logs from my parents' house that were not too big for us to cut down together. So I'll show you those. Voice over me here. Here are the logs sitting in my side yard. There are the beech and the oak. Really perceptive friends will notice that I said birch throughout the whole video, but that was wrong, and there were never any birch logs. Okay, so these are all the logs me and my dad got. We just had an electric chainsaw, and we got them off of property in the woods out back. These are all birch, and then these are a couple different types of oaks. I don't remember. One of them's a white oak. I don't remember the other. It said choose like healthy trees. They don't look that great right now because they're wet, and I know there's some like lichen growing on one of these, but I don't think it'll be an issue because I can't. My main concern with like competition is accidentally eating them, and obviously I'm not going to accidentally eat lichen. The only other thing I can think of is maybe these would compete with the mushrooms I'm trying to grow, but I think it'll be fine. But either way, this is a learning experience, so we will see. It was a lot of fun to get out with my dad and just cut down some trees. He said it's been a while since we did something like that together, so it was nice. So 10 out of 10, I recommend going out in the woods and cutting down some trees with your dad. I have planted my garden, but not much is happening yet. That stuff, the kale, is all from last year, and then there's my strawberry plant. Right now, this doesn't look like anything. It's got sunflower seeds in it because I'm trying to do like a modified Three Sisters type deal. Because I heard corn doesn't do very well unless you have like rows and rows and rows of it, so I'm not doing corn. There's 3 different types of sunflower in here, and if one doesn't come up, I'll replace it with one that did. And then that one also doesn't look like anything yet. That's my salad bed. It's got like carrots and radishes and leafy greens and some broccoli, but it has not come up yet. I haven't actually planted anything in here yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do, just that strawberry. I thought about doing more berries, but I think I would just do them along the fence if I put more in. And then this is the wildflower bed. The ones that are already up, I'm pretty sure are from the seeds from last year, but I did spread the wildflower mix in here, and hopefully it'll be coming up soon. Back here, this corner is pretty shaded during the warmer months, so this is where I'm gonna set up the mushroom logs, because this is like the darkest, dankest corner I have that stays the moistest. Looking at these now, the largest one, I don't know if it's big enough to drill the pilot holes for these. I think it's gonna be too small, but I'll see if I can make it work by like wiggling it around. If not, I'll have to go to the hardware store. That's so cool, the mycelium is orange. They didn't look like this when I got them, but I got them a few weeks ago, and I've been keeping them in the fridge because apparently you can keep them in the fridge. I think it said up to 6 months. It has not been that long. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks. So let's see how that's gonna work. Yeah, I think that definitely looks too small, but we'll see. Okay, I had to remind myself which spawn was going on which type of log. So from what I understand, chicken of the woods can only grow on oak. So that'll definitely be going on the oak. Shiitake can go on other things, but nothing else that I could find on my parents' property that was the right size. Because that's another thing. We were limited on the size of log we could cut down because, well, not the size of log we could cut down. It had to fit in my car. And I will show you a picture of the logs in my car. I have a Chevy Spark. So it had to be something that we could cut down and it wouldn't like fall on the house or any of the buildings and cause any damage. And it also had to fit in my car. So just based on those requirements, I couldn't cut down just any tree. So there were some that might have been more suited to shiitake, but I couldn't cut them down. So those two will be going on the oak, and then the oyster and the lion's mane will be going on the beech trees. There are other trees, other wood types that would work for these two, but just again, I don't have them. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recheck the spacing that I need to do. I think for most of them it was 4 to 6 inches, like a pattern of 4 to 6 inches, and you go down and then alternate on the next row. But I'm going to recheck that and then see if a plug fits in that hole, and then we'll go from there. North Spore sent me a plug spawn guide when they sent me the spawn, but I lost it. So I think what I'm just going to do is do a diamond pattern, and I'm going to do let's do 5 inches between, and then I'll do, my hand looks really red on camera, and then I'll do 4 inches between rows, or maybe I should do 5 and 5. I'll just do 5 and 5. I was gonna switch jackets because it had identifying information on it, but I got kind of hot and sweaty moving the logs anyway. Okay, this is the lion's mane. Makes it seem like I'm gonna eat it. I'm not gonna eat it. Does it fit in the hole? Oh, no. Okay. Make this a little bit bigger. That's probably about an inch, but it needs to be wider. Okay, the spawn went down there. I got it. Waste not, want not. I don't know if you're supposed to hammer them in, but it can't hurt. They're resilient. Mushrooms are cool. Okay, hammering them in kind of didn't work because they just kind of, they're not made for that. So we learned. Hold on, I did some reading, and you can use a hammer or a mallet, it says, to knock them in, but I think the moral of the story is that hole is just too small. So that one's 1/4 of an inch. So while I might be able to make this work with the amount of holes I have to drill, I think it would be smarter just to go to the hardware store and try to find a bigger one. So that's what I'm gonna do. I would appreciate it if everybody would take a moment to start liking this video. I think I'm gonna try Harbor Freight first, and if that doesn't work, I'll go to Lowe's. Harbor Freight's closer and cheaper. This is the angle we're gonna be working with. I'm so sorry. Can you see my underbite? Oh, I don't have an underbite. Can you see the under of my bite? I was playing Dragon's Dogma 2 today, but I decided, I have a really long list of to-do, like things that I need to do, not just things I want to do. I want to play Dragon's Dogma 2, but I need to get this mushroom stuff done because I don't think I'll get a harvest until, I think the first time I could technically get a harvest would be fall, but I think more likely it'll be spring of next year, which it depends. Some of the varieties could definitely come around in fall. It seems to depend on if they have time to establish, and I don't know if I'm giving them time to do that. I could have done this a few weeks ago, but it's still gotten below freezing a couple of times in the past few weeks, so I don't know. I guess just while I'm driving, I'll talk a little bit more about cutting them down. So me and my dad, it took about 2 hours, but that included fighting with the chainsaw chain because we put it on backwards the first time. And we cut down, that's probably like 5 trees, because you can really only use, at the diameter we were cutting down, you can really only use the bottom like 2 to 4 lengths, like the lengths that I showed you of the tree, because it just gets too skinny after that. I mean, I think you can technically use branches, but you get, on average, a year's worth of mushrooms for each inch diameter of log. So the thicker the log, the better. Thinner logs, I have been told, spawn more quickly, or not propagate, establish more quickly. There's a word that I'm not remembering, but thicker logs will last longer, so you'll get more poundage of mushroom per plug spawn, I guess. But I think for a starting point, these are good. There were a couple trees that were larger in diameter, but we ended up not cutting them down because my dad was afraid it would fall on like one of the buildings on the property or something like that, which is a valid fear. I ran all the trees by him first, but we were traipsing through the woods with, it's an electric chainsaw, but it's not a battery one. It's you use an extension cord. So we had like 2 extension cords plugged in, and we were like going through the woods with rolls of extension cords. I got what I needed. I think 5/16 is what I needed. It goes up larger, but now I have them if I need them. They fit in my drill. Pickings were slim on larger diameter drill bits that weren't for masonry, and I guess it probably wouldn't be a problem using a masonry bit in wood, but I don't know, and I don't want to break my drill. I took some video of that like chainsaw deal in there. So the deal is like you buy the battery and the charger for what, like $89, and you get the chainsaw for free. It's a tiny little chainsaw, but my thought is like I'll have it for cutting trees down around the house, and honestly I was also gonna use it as a hedge trimmer. Probably not advised, it's probably dangerous, but I don't know. I'll do some Googling. I really thought, I think one of my worst habits is normally I would have committed to using the drill bit that was too small and spending like maybe 5 minutes on each hole, instead of just going and getting the larger drill bit, because it'd be like, oh, I have to get in the car, I have to go into the store, I have to talk to someone, I have to find what I need, and normally I would have just used the smaller one and taken double or triple the time to drill each hole, but now it should go a lot more smoothly. I hope. Go out, baby. You go. Okay, gate's shut. I've never forgotten to close the gate. I've never forgotten. The lawn people forgot once. But she always checks the gate first. Like she yearns for the road. Okay, hold on. Okay, it was not a bird in there. It was a squirrel, and he fucking ran for it. Kind of. I'm not gonna measure. Should I pull that one out? No, that's fine. Okay, so it's about 5. Okay, take this one. I think that's it. We did it. I think I need to make the hole a little bit deeper because I don't think it's supposed to stick out at all. But that's exciting. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through with just a little handsaw and cut off all of the like scraggly bits, and then I'm gonna drill this whole log. the rest of them. Doing all right. Always being a menace. The oak was like noticeably harder to cut down, so I'm wondering if it'll be harder to drill too. Because this is the beach. No. I might have to charge my drill. I did just remember it said to do it in a diamond pattern, and I didn't do that for the first row. But I'm gonna skip one in this row and then correct it. If this is way too many logs, I'm gonna get more spawn. Oh no. That's so pretty. That's coming home with me. I think the battery is dying. I haven't charged it in a while. No. Okay. So the battery died. I haven't charged it, to be honest, in a few months. So that's fair. So we're gonna let her charge and then go back and do more. Do you see the pretty rock I found? It's just quartz, but it's so nice and clean because it was in the gravel. Most of the quartz around here is dyed by our like red irony clay dirt, but this one's so pretty and I know where it's gonna live. It's gonna live up here with a dirtier piece of quartz. Actually, this one's a little dirty too. I clean them up with this sometimes. I need to clean up. Okay, to be fair though, I just pulled everything out of this bucket during the video. That's where they went. So, It's not as bad as it looks. It could be worse. I think it's gonna take the battery about an hour to charge, and I don't want to be done for today. I got through like 75% of one log. It is the largest birch log, but one log. Hopefully after that charges, we can finish today, but I'm not as hopeful for that now because that took a while. I was getting faster. I was just getting into the groove of it, and then those last few holes sucked because the drill didn't go deep enough because it was dying. The ones that it didn't drill deep enough, I don't think I can get the plug spawn out, so I think what I'm just going to do is cut them off where they don't lie flush, and then I'll just wax over it. And if it doesn't do that well, it doesn't do that well, and we know for the future. We learned something. So I think what I'm going to do for about an hour is clean up a little bit. It's a little messy. I mean, not really. There's some like recycling. I'm going to clean my car. That's car cleaning stuff. It's not that bad. It could be worse. Those are all clean. So it could be a lot worse. Do you want a before and after? Ta-da! It doesn't look that different. That's always like that. I can't help it. I've got like half charge. I switched into my Crocs, but it's okay. They're in sport mode. And we're gonna keep on doing this. When is the log end? Okay, I see. What are the little pods? That's kind of cool. That is one single log done. Oh yeah, this is the first one that didn't go so well. Oh, he's kind of on an angle. Can't even cut him out. He's done. That's okay. I'm not gonna go put it in the corner of the lawn yet because it has to be waxed. And I've researched a little bit on how to like stack them. My plan right now is to just kind of Lincoln log it, but I'll research a little bit more before I actually do it. Oh, I regret this. Yeah. Interesting. Some old nails in the tree. It's kind of grown around them. looking at my list and I could have done the lion's mane on the oak, which is probably what I should have done, but I'm gonna do oyster now on this beach. On this beach. So let me grab those. I mean, it's still fine. I have the same amount of oak and birch, and I can grow more on, beach. And I can grow more on the beach. Growing on the beach. These are moldy. That's a good sign. Delicious. So this is Italian oyster. They're kind of sticky. Yeah, these are so much like moldier. So is there going to be a fruit on every single one of these blocks? Probably not all at once. But I don't know. I really thought that that would last longer than it did for how long I let it charge, but it didn't. So I'm gonna play Dragon's Dogma 2 for an hour, or maybe do homework for an hour, and then try and do a little bit more today, but it depends on how I feel when this is done charging. So we will revisit this. I'm gonna get cleaned up out there just in case I don't go back out today. I'm gonna make lasagna soup tonight. Nobody asked, but that's what I'm doing. It is the next day. I didn't do any more work after the drill charged, but it's hella charged now. So pretty today. I was doing oyster mushroom on this log. I want to finish this today because I work 12 hours tomorrow and the next day. So if I could finish it today, that'd be swell. I just got off work for today. I ate some food, and now I'm doing this. That one didn't want to go. So let's do an oak log now. We're gonna do chicken of the woods. This is the biggest log we ended up getting. It's heavy, and I can really only transport it by rolling it or flipping it end over end. The sky is so pretty today. Okay, this is like a different bark type than the birch. We're still gonna do about like 5 or 6 inches between. Cutting down the trees, you could tell a big difference between like the hardwood oak and the birch. And I was wondering if it would be the same drilling into it. Let's see if that's gonna work. It's harder to see the holes in this one. Oh, a bee! There's a bumblebee over there. I don't know if you can see it. Ooh. You coming to see him? Oh. That's pretty neat. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be harder to see these. To wax them later. I'm hoping leaving them unwaxed for one day won't matter because the logs were pretty like moist. Because it rained. Oh, that one didn't work. Whoa. Okay. I don't think that was deep enough, but we'll figure it out. Interesting. Yeah, after a certain depth, it kind of doesn't want to go in anymore. This wood smells really good. Yeah, it's a lot harder to find the plugs on this bark. I think it'll be fun. Okay, so we'll go this way. We'll go in here. A diamond pattern. The birch is easier in every way. Maybe it's just one. It's not going with you. Okay, first ruined. Small. Okay, a few things. I was not imagining it. The oak is harder to drill through because I went back to the beach after and I was like, wow, this is great. The oak is more difficult to do everything, and the light didn't do anything. The drill's dead again, so it just lasts like a log and a half. So I did a log and a half. I still haven't gotten any shiitake done, which I looked back at my notes and I can put that on the oak too. I got that in the lion's mane infused. I can put the shiitake on the oak too. Lion's mane goes on the beach. So that's fine. But I've got to let that charge again. So I think what I'm going to do is melt the wax, which I think is just soy wax, so I can wax over the logs I've already done and take them to the back of the yard. And then they'll be done. So at least something will be done. I'm gonna melt it with a little like double boiler action. I don't know why. The microwave would probably be fine, but I was gonna put it in the pot, but I thought the glass would probably be easier to clean than the pot, because maybe if I put it in the fridge, the wax will just come off. But this shouldn't take long. I need to get a little utensil. One moment. I don't know if this will be enough. My understanding, the wax, you put it over the inoculation points, so it keeps the moisture in and gives the mycelium a better chance to establish itself, because it's kind of like little, you know, seedlings. You want to make sure they stay hydrated, so they have the best chance, because they're little. They're just little. I'm only little. So I'll be back. Another thing, my hands smell like fishy, and I can only imagine that's, I think it's the chicken of the woods mycelium. I just slammed my finger. Because yesterday they didn't smell like this. It smells a little fishy, but it is mold. So, okay, this wax really, really melts down. Don't ask why it's in a smaller bowl now. I don't really want to talk about it. Just use the microwave. But this isn't going to be enough. So I'm going to cover each of these with a bit of wax. Like that, I guess. And it keeps the moisture in while these babies get a chance to establish. I could do like aesthetic wax seals on all of them. I'm not going to be able to film all of this. You're on a log. Oh, the wax is already kind of like solidifying a tiny bit. Oh goodness. I'm gonna need a lot more, but I think you can get it at like Walmart. I don't need the stuff I necessarily bought from North Spore. This seems like too much wax.
Well, we can't all be geniuses, can we?
It solidifies so fast. I don't know if this is gonna be a problem. Mushroom people help me. I'm gonna have to melt more of it, and I don't know how this is gonna go, but we'll try. This is probably black oak, right? I think that's the black oak. And that bottom one is black oak. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like barbecue sauce. No joke, that's really all. drill is only lasting like a log and a half. I think the battery is just old. But I don't usually use it for this long of a time, so who knows, maybe not. It would probably be better to charge it between rows like this. Like have it charging right now. But it'll be alright. I think the chicken of the wood spawn was just more fragile because that's open. That went fine. But they were like splintering when I was doing the chicken of the woods one in the oak. So the drill died again. So the drill is charging again. But I wanted to document on here that, so I got these all maybe 3 weeks ago, and they've been in my fridge because it said if you're not going to use them immediately, put them in your fridge. And they've all started colonizing. And I'm guessing the little dots, now that I think about it, are grain to feed them, except for the lion's mane one. They're not growing really at all. There's like a little, maybe like some residue on them, but I'll just be interested to see if they come up like the others do, because I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see in 6 to 12 months. Okay, I am done for today. These logs have been inoculated. The 3 in the back corner. I'm only done today because I'm tired of charging the drill and waiting an hour. The battery is not very good, but to get a new one it'd be like $40, so I think I'm just gonna continue another day. I don't want to go out and spend $40. That one is mostly inoculated, but I haven't finished it because the drill died. That's the rest of my birchwood, that's the rest of my oak, and this is the rest of the mycelium that's left. Chicken of the woods and shiitake, those will both go on the oak. And then lion's mane and oyster. Okay, I don't think I was recording, but I'm gonna water the logs because these have been sitting on wax for a few days and I don't want the mycelium to dry out, and I'm also gonna water the ones that have been waxed. I also think now I really like put way too much wax on. You're supposed to dab it on with like a paintbrush or a dauber, and I like glopped it on. So can anyone tell me if I've like ruined my chances at mushrooms? So I'm just gonna wash these a little bit so they don't, because it's been pretty hot. Strawberries looking good. Something's been digging up the sunflower seeds, but there's one there growing. There were a couple more. There's one over there, but I think some of them did get got by squirrels and such. I've got the places marked for the holes on this one. Yeah. Get back to it. I would like to have this project done soon, because it is fun, but I've been working on it for a while. I'm really only like halfway done. But if I do more of these next year, I'm going to get a bigger battery for my drill. There's a squirrel. He poked his little head out of that hole. He probably shouldn't be living in there. Usually there's a bird that makes a nest in there every single year. I don't know what type of bird, but they're cute. Yes. sized one. Yeah. I think this is the black oak. But I don't actually know. I'm just assuming the darker one is the black oak and the lighter one is the white oak. I think what I'll try to do is drill all the holes in this log and then put that onto charge while I put the spawn in. This is also one of the logs with the lichen on it, which is cool. Brian pre-ordered me a lichen book because the author posted their advance copy on Twitter, and the pictures are beautiful and it looks really interesting. So I sent the pictures to Brian and he pre-ordered it for me. So I'm excited about that. I think it won't be out till June. But I can link it if you guys are interested. I think it's called like The Lives of Lichens or something. I'll figure it out and put the right. Put the battery onto charge and then we'll plug. I feel like there's too many in my hand. I want to put them on something. Okay, I don't want to put them off. I feel like I'll lose them if I put them on the ground. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, that's fine. The chicken of the woods are the only ones that do that. The rest of them don't. Lighter but a larger quantity of taps seems to help. But I don't know if like the chicken of the woods has just like grown longer or grows faster and has eaten away more of the like integrity of the plug, or maybe higher moisture content. I don't know. But the other plug spawn doesn't do that. No. Don't make fun of my hammering skills because I'm doing it one-handed. So I don't want to get bullied. There they are. I am gonna have to buy some more wax. But probably because I wasted so much of it. I put on way too much. I think this is better. It's given the drill time to charge. Big brain. No. So some of these are not like optimally placed apart. But it'll be a little experiment. These mushrooms are pretty like plastic. But maybe they're one of those things that's harder to grow in captivity. What's the word for that? Not domesticated. Yeah, these are way too close. But we'll see. It could eat away at the log really quickly. That one's a little bigger. White oak? Question mark? Shiitake. I just thought we were closer to being done with it. I think that's what you're supposed to do. It's okay, we're learning. It also said to keep this in a little crock pot, but I don't have one. But it would definitely work better, I can tell. I'm gonna go because my neighbors can hear me. So, the paintbrush is a lot easier. It wastes a lot less wax. It's a lot faster. So yeah, that's going a lot better. I might not actually have to buy more wax now that I'm not using a ton of it for every plug. Hopefully I'll be able to get done today. The drill's just not staying charged, even putting it on to charge between logs. So I don't know. Okay, these are all waxed now. These are leftover logs, but that's fine. So I'm gonna move all these back there where it's shadier. That's where they're gonna live. And I'm done inoculating.